Hello, fellow YouTubers and World of Warships lovers everywhere. Welcome back to Remarkable Replays Season 2. And as we get closer to the mid-season break, today I'm looking at the Yugumo, the Tier 9 Japanese tech tree destroyer that is, well, some say she's a hybrid. I have it flagged down as just a very, very strong torpedo boat. And what makes her strong? 5.5 kilometer detect. She's a regular ghost. She's the next sort of upgrade from the Kagoro we all love for being a sly, sneaky little person. And she's got these really, really good torpedoes. Wait, what? 8% speed boost. Yeah, he's running the stock torpedoes. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, the player's name is DatGuy. Yes, we'll just call him Guy. Normally called DatGuy. It's quite a long tag, actually, goes on for miles, but we'll just call him the Guy. Alright, or Guy. He's going into sea with the Merker, which is a Tier 8 German gunboat. With no hydro. I usually associate hydro with German DDs, but it's on the Bing Bong line, the El Bing Bong. Yes, El Bing line. For those not in the know on the Bing Bong, right? Okay, so they're going into sea quite strong. He's got support. He's got the Andalusia cruiser watching his back. And there's an Italian battleship going up the J line. We got Baltimore radar cruiser in between B and C, and a Jaeger capping B. And of course, we all know about the Jaeger, quite a strong, stealthy little boat. But let me have a look at that guy's Yugumo again. It does look like he's running stock, which is challenging. He's also got smoke as opposed to the torpedo reload booster. Not going with high risk, high reward. He's going with a more supportive role where he's able to smoke cruisers, and if he gets detected, smoke and withdraw. He can also, of course, use the smoke for HE farming. Yes, you heard that right. There's something you can do in the Yugumo that you probably wouldn't get away with quite so much in the Kagoro or the Shimakaze. Her guns have a 5-second reload. 5.5 seconds to be precise. He hasn't built into that reload, I can tell. He's at 5.5 on full health. But 5.5 seconds with Shima guns. And look at that, 6,354 damage done. Not too shabby, because the Shima guns are quite, how do I put this? The DPM is quite low, but the alpha is high. So when you do hit, you hit like a truck. You just don't hit very often. The Yugumo has exactly the same guns, but on a 5.5 second reload. So you do have gun options with this boat, which is why some people consider her a hybrid. I still consider her a torpedo boat, though, if I'm honest. And I tend to run the high-risk, high-reward reload booster, although smoke farming in this ship, sure. But as Tier 9 DDs go, there are DDs that do it better, right? I'm looking at you, Groningen. Groningen. So, yeah, that guy, if you haven't got a Groningen yet, mate, and you like gunboating, get one. That's a top tip right there for Cole, yeah. You won't be sorry. Honestly, fascinating. And I'm fascinated by the fact that he's using the 10 kilometer 20k torps, the stock torpedoes, because you can equip this ship with the, ooh, that was close on the Kiev. You can equip this ship with the Shima 12 kilometer torps that do some of the highest damage in the game, 25k damage, right, at 12 kilometer range. And they are slightly faster, they reload slightly slower by point something of a second, a couple of seconds is in it, if that, okay. So I recommend that Mr. Guy here upgrades his torpedoes as soon as he can. That said, I love the fact that this guy's come in fresh with a Yugumo that he's probably very recently researched and managed to produce a game of this caliber. Kudos to you, sir, and thank you for the upload. Very much appreciated. Let's see how this pans out, people. Let's see how this pans out. So he's up to 10k with the guns, right? We're 5 minutes into the match. He secured C. Unfortunately, the Mecha got knocked out, as did the Jaeger, so they're down 2 destroyers. But as you can see, Team Red are trying to attack C, and they have a Monarch, a Prince Eugene, and of course the Kiev, which is a pretty strong destroyer. She's only tier 8 as opposed to the tier 9 Yugumo, but she certainly outguns a Yugumo and certainly outspeeds a Yugumo. The Yugumo is actually quite slow compared to the Shimakaze. This is where the Shimakaze comes to into its own, really. You do about 35 knots base before speed flag in the Yugumo. You do have a booster, a speed boost, but it's only 8%, so you're doing just under 40 knots with the speed boost on. There's the Kiev. What's he doing? He's going backwards towards the cap. I do believe he's reversing. And as soon as he takes fire, he throws it into forward gear. Yeah. I do believe he's trying to light the Yugumo. Good luck with that, pal. 5.5 kilometer detect, my man. Don't do it. Oh, here comes CQ Johnny. He doesn't care. No, GQ Johnny's going for it. Okay, Yugumo smokes up, and again, using the strong guns. Hey? Hey? Look at those hits. Good damage with the guns, and yep, one torpedo hit, several gun hits, and he's up to 30,000 damage. Oh, he's going to thread the needle. Oh, that was tight. That was tight. Beautifully done, Mr. Guy. Beautifully done. Yeah, threading the needle on the GQ Johnny torps. Okay. Putting some more torps down for the Monarch. Spotting damage up to 28k, but Team Green is hemorrhaging ships at a rapid rate. They've already lost their Chumpfen, their Eniten, their Jaeger, their Benson, and their Mecha. In fact, DatGuy is the only destroyer left in one piece on his team. Uh-oh. Team Red are now capping A, and they have a strong show of force at that end of the map. They've got 2 Bismarcks, a Ferdogrossa, a Van Corhorn, a San Diego, and a Lightning. Jeez. So, Team Green, the Tirpitz is totally outnumbered. Solid hits there on the Monarch. And he highlights it for his team, expecting the team to open fire. The Italian battleship, the Plus Poire, on the J line is behind an island, and there is some fire coming in from the Andalusia, but it's not so great. So far, that guy's spotting damage is 37,767, which isn't going to win him any prizes. His team aren't shooting very straight, and that's half the problem here. The Andalusia has moved in to engage, but is taking risks and showing broadside to the Monarch. The Baltimore is taking position as well, and they're working on the Monarch. Who gets him? Which ship gets him? He's burning out to someone. The Andalusia. Okay, some good solid hits from the Andalusia on the Monarch. The Andalusia, although, is unfortunately very shot up and on very low health now. Clearly showing way too much broadside according to the minimap, and therefore got himself shot to pieces, probably citadeled. If you're watching this and you never played this game, you don't want to show the side of your ship flat on to enemy shells, because you tend to get citadeled or critical, if you like, out of the game. And that indeed has happened. The Andalusia hasn't got much fight left in him. He slapped a heel on, but it's not enough. There goes the Kiev. Ooh. Okay, so Team Red lost another destroyer. That's good. That is really good. And I've noticed that guy is not scared to use his guns, is he? He's very aware that these guns are somewhat better than the Shimakaze guns. Not much. There's a fraction of a difference in the reload speeds, but it does help. I do feel that the guns on the Yugumo are stronger because of that reload speed of 5.5 seconds, which you could build into with a hybrid build. I think that would work on this boat, definitely. I never stayed on this ship for very long. I couldn't wait to get my hands on the Shimakaze, if I'm brutally honest. And when I did play her, I tended to run the high risk, high reward torpedo reload booster instead of smoke. And I had some hilarious results as a result of that. You get some very high damage games doing that. Although you do have some pretty boring games where you're literally just spotting for the team because the enemy ships are all out of range of your torps and running away. Those torps look really strong on the Amagi. Yeah, he likes the look of those, doesn't he? 3, 4. 3 good strong hits and boom. No Amagi. Okay, so that guy is now working up the flank. He's behind the enemy team in their spawn and moving up slowly, and the teams are now evening out a bit. I still feel that Team Red has the advantage in terms of health points. The Andalusia is low, the San Diego is low. Our Yugumo friend here has taken a few hits. He's working on the Van Cohorn though. Yep, if you want a job done well, do it yourself, right? And he's realizing he can't count on his team to burn down targets as quickly as he would like, so he's joining in. Very good play there, my man. Very good play. So that's three kills racked up. Bismarck takes out the San Diego. Yeah, I was kind of concerned about that. Here comes the lightning. It bows on. It's heading straight at the Yugumo. Now bear in mind that the lightning is only tier 8. He also got hit pretty hard by the team, and the Yugumo takes him down just like that. I think the Andalusia got some shells into him as well, which certainly helped, but wow. Okay, now Team Red has no destroyers, and Team Green has a Yugumo in play, and he's just got his Confederate medal, pretty damn sweet, and 4 kills. I'm imagining that DatGuy right now can smell the Kraken. He can smell the chance of a Kraken as he moves into B. Okay, the Bismarck is blocking cap. The Bismarck brothers together there, moving across the cap. Now that's tricky. That is tricky. I'll tell you why. Bismarck carries hydro, meaning there's a good chance that one of those two is going to have their hydro up when that guy launches torps through the gap. So that's going to be a problem. German hydro does mess up us torpedo boat players' games somewhat with their rotten hydro, the scoundrels. I mean, hydro's everywhere at the moment. I've noticed that with the game. A lot of new ship lines that come out quite often have hydro slapped on there as an extra. And it makes torpedo play really difficult. I mean, I could argue that it also makes it more rewarding when you land a few, right? But it means that torpedo boats are very much fading and gunboats are on the rise in the current meta. So it's rather refreshing to see a Yugumo getting some good hits in and having a bit of a game. The Bismarck brothers are still blocking cap, aren't they? No, they've moved off cap. Okay, they must be down east. Yeah, they've gone east of the island. They're sort of headed along that line. Yeah. One of the Bismarcks has tailed off and headed back to A. God knows why. I couldn't tell you what that's all about, except maybe that he's in a duel with the Italian battleship. And so he's angling away. And pushing in, we've got the Verdegrosse and the Bismarck and the San Diego all bundled up on the corner. And I would normally say that is one juicy torpedo target, but both the San Diego and the Bismarck and the Verdegrosse, what do they all have in common? You guessed it, people, they all have hydro. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, he's launching some torps down the lane. Having secured B for the team. God, this is close now. The points are very close. There's hardly anything in it. With only 4 minutes and 53 seconds of play left. Torps look good on the Bismarck. But I think he's spotted them and he's turning in. Yes, he's turning in. He's found the gap. How annoying. Threaded the needle. He's clearly he's running hydro, which means he's lit all those torps now for the Further Grosso, who's reversing, and therefore will ignore them, and the San Diego, who's also moving away. So there's a large torpedo-shaped hole in their formation, and all three ships get away scot-free. Meanwhile, Team Green's Bismarck is doing one last push into three enemy ships. I don't see how this is going to go very well for him. That guy is opening up in support with his last smoke, and is going to gunboat support his battleship in only the best way he can. I don't think there are any other options left, really. Torpedoes have just reloaded, so that's good. No fires yet on the Bismarck. The fire chance on the HE on this boat is quite low, actually. That's something to be aware of. With flags, you can get it up to about 5%, but its basically is 4%. And 4%, you can get up to 6, can't you? Yeah, 4% isn't that great. It really isn't. And there goes the Bismarck. The unfortunate thing here is that Team Red has a Further Grosso in play, which is a Tier 9 German battleship. Oh, there's a Kraken. Nicely done on the Bismarck. Now he's going to need a bit of good fortune on the Further Grosso. Team Red is currently in the lead, and the teams are pretty even though on the way to cap, because Team Green has an extra cap. So we're looking at anyone's game right now. It's anyone's match, but unfortunately Team Red are now capping B. The Bismarck's moved back off A and is now capping B. The San Diego has moved across and out of range because he's low health, I'm guessing, and he doesn't want to be picked off. No, he's healthy. I'm not sure what the San Diego player's thinking. Now, if ever the Yugumo needed some support from his Italian battleship friend, it's now. So we'll see how he does. Spotting damage is up to 97,000. Do apologise, got a bit of a dry throat. Clearly not drinking enough gin. 97,000 spotting damage. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Overall, I think that guy has, with his stock torpedoes, done a pretty fine job of staying alive, spotting for his team, and getting the job done. And if he hasn't had this boat long, and I suspect that is the case, very well played, sir. Very well played indeed. And if you have had the boat long, do something about the stock torpedoes, for God's sake. Yeah. Okay, Further Grosso. Laying torps on the Further Grosso with 1 minute and 26 left on the clock. And Team Red have pulled into the lead, have they? Well, according to the timer, it's even Stevens, but I can see they're losing their last cap to the San Diego, who's now closing rapidly on the Yugumo. And now I realise what the San Diego's plan was all along, was to go and grab the last cap. Very wise indeed. Big brain on San Diego. Going to get some hits on the Further Grosso. Calls for his Italian teammate to finish off the job. And unfortunately, we're not seeing much fire, are we? There we go. Well, most of that missed, didn't it? If not all of it, looking at the spotting damage. So unfortunately, the Italian, cursed with bad dispersion, misses the shot. With 30 seconds left on the clock, the San Diego closes in for the kill on the Yugumo, letting rip with his saps. And And down goes the guy in the Yugumo. 20 seconds left. Pretty good match. Pretty good. Very well played. Very impressed. Thank you for the upload. It's been fun commenting on it, and you played a really sly game, that guy. Very well played, sir, and unlucky not to clutch a win at the end. Okay, so over 1 million credits earned there, 1,404,000. He got a Confederate, a Kraken, and an Expert for that. 156,000 damage, 5 kills, very nice to have. Top of the team, of course, 1,849. I mean, let's face it, an average match, some of us get that for winning, right? So very, very well played. You'd have probably gone over high 2,000s, maybe low 3,000s on the base XP if you'd have won. Pretty good damage spread here, 110,000 with the torps. It was lovely to see you using the guns, really appreciated that. The Yugumo's guns are pretty okay. 160% modifier on 1,273,520 credits earned. Hell of a game. Very well played, that guy. And thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that match as much as I did commentating on it. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.